Ohio State fan?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What about the Bengals? They're going to the Super Bowl. Do you watch football? The Bengals?
To be honest with you, I'm not really a football fan,
Okay. Okay, that's all right.
but I did watch the game for Christmas. My family went to
Hmm.
I forgot what it was. I forget who was playing, but we was watching this football game, and I was watching a couple minutes of it, and um, I think I got like the last couple of minutes of like the fourth quarter, I think. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
So what would you say is your biggest like how long have you been doing the show?
Uh, Honestly, it's going to be, let's see, April. I want to say April of this year. Um, it's going to be what, four? Was it 4 years now?
Wow. So like for as long as you've been doing it, what's been one thing you have like kind of learned through the whole thing?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, well, just being yourself. That's number one.
Hmm.
Um, Number two, uh, you gotta, treat people the way how you want to be treated. Uh, and then just, just have fun. I mean, it's, like you said before, it's just, a conversation at the end of the day, and just, have fun and try not to, you know, worry about, people comments or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing you said is like you have to have fun because if you're not having fun, then you can't expect people who are watching you to have fun either. So, but I mean that's tough because a lot of times you don't know what people will enjoy watching. So it's like you have to
Hmm.
try a lot of different things. And I mean, it took me forever to. I mean, I started TikTok back in I think it was like May of 2020, and I was just making like little dumb videos, hosting a talk show, and I mean nobody was watching them. Nobody thought they were funny, and so I just had to start trying different videos and different ideas, and that's when I kind of started to get a little bit of a following. So my advice would just be to like create as much as you can, create content every day. And there's a lot of people on TikTok and there's a lot of people around the world, and somebody somewhere is going to watch your video and just think it's funny. And then once you get that going, it just becomes connecting with the people who follow you. And, um, there's a lot of pressure, I think. And sometimes when you put that much pressure on yourself, that's when you start to not be yourself anymore, which is never good. So, yeah, you just have to, I don't know, enjoy it. Make sure you like what you're doing because that's the most important thing.
Definitely. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I'm trying to see. So how long? Hold on. How long has it been for you? Like, how long have you been doing the show?
So, like, it hasn't been that long since I've actually been doing the show, but
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
so like I said, I had this idea freshman year of college, which was that was 2017. But for a long time, I didn't do anything with it. I just had this idea and didn't know
Mm,
how to make it real. And then my junior year of college is when I started. I actually started interviewing people on a little radio station. So I live in Louisville, Kentucky, and so there was this little radio station in Louisville that I reached out to, and I was just like, "Hey, would it be cool, or is it even possible if I started interviewing people on that radio show?" And they got back to me and they said, "Yeah." So that was my junior year, and I started doing the radio show. And when I was doing that, I was just interviewing like nonprofits, and so like
mm,
I would reach out to nonprofits in Louisville and just kind of bring them in and sit them down and say talk about their nonprofit and stuff like that. And that for me was good because was the first time I had ever started interviewing people in person. And so that was a great learning experience because it taught me a lot. Like I thought I was going to be better at interviewing than I was. Because, so the show that I did was a 30-minute format. So I had to talk to people for 30 minutes. And then the first show I did, I only ended up getting like 20 minutes out of the conversation. And so I had 10 minutes at the end of I just had nothing to talk about. So, um, but yeah, so once I started doing that, I realized I wanted to do more of a talk show style format. And that's when I started doing TikTok back in like, it started during quarantine, like, when the coronavirus hit and everybody had to be at home. I was like, this is the perfect time to just say, I'm going to start now. Like, what else am I going to do? I'm stuck at home, so I might as well try doing this. And so it's been like a year and a half, almost 2 years now. So, um, yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Mm, okay. I was actually on your page before I started, and
Hmm.
I was looking at the videos and stuff. So I just want to give you your props and stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I said earlier, creating content on TikTok is really hard sometimes because one thing might work one day and then the next day it might not. And you just have to constantly, like, social media is always changing and you kind of have to keep up with the trends and what's going on. And um, yeah, it can take a lot out of it. Like, when I was getting a lot of my followers, that was like back in 2020, 2021. And then when it slowed down, like it's easy to get really discouraged and go, well, like what's next? Like, is this the biggest that this is going to get? Like, is it time to give up? But um, social media is just so funny because anybody can make it. Like, I think when you used to, like back in the 90s and early 2000s, when people were making it in show business, it was a lot of actors and actresses and singers who were very skilled and talented at what they do. And I'm not saying that people on social media aren't talented and stuff like that, but it's just a lot, you see a lot more of, everyday people who are just entertaining and can become entertaining, make it and have a platform and keep their fans entertained. So that's just something I try to tell myself a lot is no matter how slow it gets, like at any moment, any day, you could post something that people really, really enjoy. So,
Wow. Um. Okay. Uh. I'm trying. I'm trying to you know test that in.
yeah, I
First.
mean, yeah, it's just, like it's really easy to get discouraged, I think, because when you say like anybody can make it, that is a positive, but it's also a negative because if you're like, well, I'm not making it, why not? Like, why
Mm-hmm.
am I not doing good enough? Am I not doing enough? And so you just have to remind yourself never to get too excited or too down on yourself. Like when things are going really well, you can't just be like, I did it, like I made it. Or when things are going not so well, you can't tell yourself like, oh, it's never going to happen. I'm just going to stop doing it because so like what we're seeing in social media today is something we've never seen before. Like it's just people are literally blowing up overnight, which never happened before. But yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, because it's funny that you say it because I kind of took a couple years off from doing the show because I was going to school, so I just wanted to
Hmm.
maintain that
Right.
and then I was battling a with depression,
Yeah.
so I just kind of wanted to take those 2 years off just to focus on myself, if that makes sense.